Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amy Williams, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're one of the 9 people who watched this video earlier and it was sideways, I do apologize. I took it off and I'm re-recording, so I do apologize for this. Anyway, it is Sunday, February 26, 2023. We have today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, so 2 and a little bit days of celebration. And so that is when you spend $50 or $100 worth. If you buy that much of product, $50 or $100 worth of product, you get to choose something for free for every $50 or $100 you spend. So this is a great time to purchase with Stampin' Up, but you only have 2 days left of this sale. So if you see something you like and you want to order it, I would be honored to be your demonstrator. If you just look down and click that more button, and it is going to expand and have that description. The link to my website is right there. You can see all of the items that you can get for free on my Stampin' Up! Website. This is a really great time to do that, to get all your basics. Get your paper refills, get your ink refills. If you don't have ink refills to your stamp pads, I highly recommend that. It's a small, it's not that expensive, and it'll make a huge difference. I use re-inkers in my stamping all the time, so I can't recommend it enough. So try that. See if that's something that you might want to purchase. So think about that. Now, I'm really excited about today's project. It is super easy, and it uses something every single person watching has in your house. You don't have to buy any special products for this, so I'm really excited. If you have re-inkers, or if you have a stamp set and you have some stamps, maybe some Stampin' Blends, you are good to go. I'm not going to tell you what that secret ingredient is until we get a little farther in, but I'm going to flip the camera so you can see. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the card. Here we go. All right. Now, ba-doom. Okay. Here are the colors we're going to use right here. We're going to use these colors right here, but let me show you the card. It is this card. See, right here. Here it is, okay? I am using the Watercolor World stamp set for this, but I'm going to show you another one that I used that was a different one, so it was a totally different look. And the Sending Smiles die cut and stamp. So there's that one, and I'll show you another one later that's a little bit different. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just so excited to show you this. Okay. These are the colors that I'm using. If you have these colors, great. If you don't, use different colors. Do whatever works for you. I'm using Soft Seafoam, Mint Macaron, Pear Pizzazz, Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Old Olive. Now, I'm going to be honest. I think the Mint Macaron kind of gets lost, so I'm not really sure it's that necessary, but I just kind of used it as the base, and so that was kind of a... that's kind of why I did that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get those out. Now, I am just going to be using this on basic white. Nothing fancy, just basic white paper, okay? So here we go. I'm going to put these down along the front here, along the top here. All right. And I'm going to get my piece of paper. Now, I am using 1/4 of a sheet. I'm going to cut that down later, but I think it's important to start with a larger piece than what you actually are going to need for your project. You can cut it down, but if you have a piece on the end that you're like, oh, I don't really like that, you can't cut it off. So that's why I always start with something bigger. Okay, now I'm going to get my blending brushes, and I'm always going to start with the lightest color. So I'm going to start with Soft Seafoam. And I've got a blending brush to do each one. And I'll tell you what I just did yesterday. Now, I took on the back of our stamp pads, you know, you always have the one that goes on the edge, but it has other ones in different languages. And then there's a completely blank one for you to put on this inside well, which I never do because I think that seems like a lot of work. I put it right here so that I can just kind of look over at my brushes and see what color I've used. Now, I know that I'm a little anal and had to have all the colors, so, but that's just me. All right, so I'm going to start with soft seafoam. Now, I'm going to admit my soft seafoam is a little dry. It needs re-inked, so I'm not going to tap off on this one because I feel pretty sure that I'm going to be okay by rubbing it, okay? And you are just filling the page, or filling the page all over, okay? So I'm just going to use soft seafoam around, okay? And you can see I probably could have stood to re-ink this, but, well, I didn't, so there you go. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Mint Macaron. Okay. And let's see. Now this one I am going to kind of tap off because it's a little juicier. And I'm going lighter. I will make this a little darker later, but you know, you can't go darker. I mean, you can't go lighter. You can only go darker. So I don't want to do too much. Does that make sense? And I'm blending over each other because then you're going to get even other colors, right? All right, so there's that. Now for Pear Pizzazz. I went with these colors because I felt like these were world colors, you know, earth and water. So that's kind of why I chose those. This, again, I'm going to tap off before I put that on. Let's do that. Kind of go over that Mint Macaron because I do want that a little darker. So as you see, I kind of use that as the base, but I knew what I would do. All right, so let's get that right there. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to do a little water. So we're going to do Pool Party. I mean, what's better than Pool Party and Coastal Cabana for World Water, right? Okay, so there's my Pool Party. Again, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put that here. All right. I love this color. Now, I'm going to tell you, Stampin' Up! is going to make an announcement to demonstrators on March 1st about some color changes. I don't know if they'll do all of the color changes, but I do feel like Stampin' Up! Is going to be doing a color refresh this year. You'll know beforehand what colors are gonna retire and what are that are gonna retire. However, as soon as that's announced, let's be honest, people are gonna scour to get what they want, right? So if I were you, go up by what you love. If you have something you love that you were like, I would be devastated if I did not have any of this cardstock ever again, go buy it. All right, this is Coastal Cabana. And again, this is a darker color. So we're gonna, but I want some good coverage on here. I need for my technique to there to be color. So I want to make sure, and I'm not closing these up because I may come back with some of them. I may decide I need some more of those colors, right? All right, so there's some water. Now I'm gonna do Old Olive, which I think Old Olive is probably, so I was a demonstrator about 20-something years ago. And when I came back, Old Olive, Night of Navy, Garden Green, Real Red, Pumpkin Pie, and So Saffron. I think those are the only colors that were really still here. So Saffron was new when I was leaving. So it was kind of funny. That's how ancient I am. Now Old Olive, this is really a juicy one. So I'm gonna go off because this is also our darkest color. So I want to be real careful. So I'm not gonna put my finger here. I'm gonna put my finger here because I want to be real careful with this. I don't want to get too crazy with Old Olive, okay? I want it, but I don't want to get crazy, okay? And I've done that before. I know I have a tendency to get a little crazy with it, so I don't want to do that, right? I'm just going to kind of go over it with some little stuff here. Okay, now let's see what I need. This corner needs a little bit. I'm going to go in with Pool Party. I think I'm going to try to get some Pool Party in there, so I'm going to get that right there. And I might have to go to Coastal Cabana. I might need to get a little coastal. Huh? Let's see. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get a little coastal here. I keep getting my finger in them. I really wish I was better at that, but I'm not. I'm good at getting my fingers dirty. And I think my nails are pretty much Pool Party, which is kind of excited. Pool Party is one of those that I will cry if it gets retired because it probably, oh, it's one of my favorites. I'm going to go do a little Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to add a little Pear Pizzazz here. I need a little more pizzazz. All right. So I am happy with the look of this, the smoothness of this. I feel like the colors are good and blended. All right. So here is my look. Now, I am going to close these up because I don't like to have my ink pads open just for long periods of time. I just don't. They're not going to dry out in the few minutes that they're open, but you never know. So, and then I run the risk of sticking my fingers in them, and I'm not going to lie, I'm really good at that. So, all right. So those are closed. Boy, I need to clean them too. All right, so here I've got this. Now, the stamp set we're using is Watercolor World. Now, this is in the spring mini catalog that ends at the end of April. So you have 2 months for this catalog if this is something that you want. And I'm going to show you the picture because when I saw this, oh, I think it was the picture. I think it was the picture that drew me. I just fell in love with it. Here is what they did with it. And I think it's because it said, "Hey, bestie." And I thought of my best friend, Julie, and I was like, oh my goodness, I could send that to her. I mean, she's not worlds away. She's, you know, minutes away. But I just love the look of that picture. So I thought, oh, I need to have that stamp set. And I'm really, really glad I did. There's a lot of things. I keep thinking of other things I want to do with it. And so I just have to settle down and not get too crazy because I think I could use this in about 3 more videos. Maybe I should just do a video with just that. I don't know. I have to think about it because there's several ideas I have with that. And I think I'm going to run out of time before it happens. Okay. Now, for the technique, right? All right. We're going to lift some of this color off. And we are going to use this spritzer right here. And you want to know what fancy ingredient is in this spritzer? Water. That's it. Just some water. We're going to spritz water on this stamp. Now, if you spritz water onto this, you're going to get a speckled look, okay? And I don't have one that's not done that I can speckle. But you'll get a speckled look, which is a beautiful, beautiful look, okay? I will show that to you another day. But today, we're going to spritz it onto this. Now, I'm going to spritz it over off camera because if I get water on this, and I don't want to get water on this because then it'll be all gloopy. So that's a very technical term. I know gloopy is a big thing. Okay, so I'm just going to spray this, spritz this. Now, here's the thing. You don't want to get too much and you don't want to get too little. And I'm going to show you that. Hold on. Oh, Amy, you just sprayed the thing. Okay. So here's what I've got. There's some on there. I don't think that got it. I don't think that part, but I don't like, it's got a lot on there. Oh, all right. I don't know. I'm afraid that's going to be a little bit. Here's the thing. If you get it too watery, then it becomes very muddy. And that's what happened on this one. Do you see how muddy that is? I mean, you can, it looks muddy. This, you can tell that this is the planet's world. So you just have to be a little careful, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and go with this. We're going to hope and pray. So I'm going to put it kind of in the middle, maybe up to the top a little bit. All right, here we go. And I'm just going to push it down, okay? Just going to push it. I wish I had one of those things that people have, but I don't. So I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to set it on here for just a second and letting that water kind of get in here. And then I'm going to lift it off. And that really is going to be, that's it. And look, doesn't look like much, does it? but I'm going to get my handy dandy heating tool and watch this magic, okay? It's going to show you, and they're going to come up. Look, you see Antarctica right there. Look at that. And as I heat it, look at that. It's coming. Is it absolutely perfect? No. Do I want it absolutely perfect? Well, no. I mean, I could, it looks like I didn't have enough water right there, but you know what? I'm okay with that. It's okay. You can tell this is the world. You can tell that's Africa. You can tell that's Antarctica. I mean, come on. It's all good, right? I'm going to trim it down anyway, so, you know. So we didn't get all the United States. We got most of it. Texas is there, so, you know, I call it a win. That's what I call it right there. All right. So there you go. And I'll be honest, I think a lot of it depends more or less water that you put on it, okay? If I had put more water on it, I got a little nervous. So I didn't put quite as much water on here, all right? Because I got nervous because of the big smoosh, right? I was like, don't look like much. So, but it's okay. I still like it. I think it's pretty. Now I am going to, cut it down a bit because I only need it 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut, I think I'm going to cut the bottom because there's really nothing going on here. So I don't mind getting rid of that, right? But I think that's a pretty piece, so I'm not going to lose that. And then I need this at 3 and at 5. So I'm going to just take a 1/4 inch off this side. And then I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off this side to make it 5, okay? And that's why you can see, that's why you want to make sure that you have that room to do that. Okay, have the room to do it. Okay, now we're going to set that aside, and I'm going to do the sending, and I'm going to show you. I didn't put the sending together for a reason. I wanted to show you what I do. Okay, first of all, I'm using the silicone mat to do this, and I didn't clean my mat, and I want you to see right here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's dried-ish glue. This is the glue I had, and I just wanted to show you how easy it is to get that off, okay? So don't worry about getting stuff on your mat because look, ta-da, it's gone, okay? And so I just wanted you to see that. Hopefully that helps you. All right, so I'm going to use my glue. Now I have already die cut sending, all right? But as you can see, there's a dot. Well, it's not attached to this sending, okay? So if I glue this like this, well, that's great, but there's no dot right there, all right? Now, that dot is hiding. He's right there. I purposely didn't take him out, okay? I purposely did not take him out because I want to show you what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to take my glue and put it on my silicone mat because I'm going to need that in a minute. Now, I'm just going to take my pick tool and take that. Oh, I don't need that yet. Hold on. Get off. I'm going to put a little dot right there, okay, of glue. All right, and then I'm going to clean that off. And when I say that, I'm just going to use my fingers. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this die cut, or this die, and I'm going to put it on top of this, just where I want that to go. And then I'm going to take my pick tool and stick it on there and then lift sending off. And then my eye is exactly where I want it. See, that is how I do that. All right, now we're going to see how to glue this sending. Now you can take your glue and you can go like this and glue how you want. You can buy the fine tip, or you can just be cheap. So I have a sponge that used to be round. I just cut it in fourths, and this is my glue sponge. It doesn't really ever dry. It kind of stays sticky. So I'm just going to dab this in here, And I'm going to tap it along here. You want to be careful because this is a little, you know, it's a little fussy. Okay. So that's it. That gets the glue on there, and that gets you plenty of glue to do it. Again, this will all come off, so I don't need to worry about it. So then I'm going to take this and put it on to this. Good golly, Miss Molly. All right. Now I start at one side and put it on. Okay. And come on. And with glue, you've got a little bit of time. You can, you know, you got a little time to, once you get it on there, to play with it a little bit and see. Then you've got sending. It's all on there, right? And there you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh, you can tell I work in an elementary school, huh? All right, so that is my sending. Okay, so I'm gonna put that off to the side and we're gonna stamp. Now, the Sending Smiles set. I love, love, love this set, and I didn't at first. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, it wasn't my favorite. I didn't understand the hype. A lot of people loved it, and I was like, oh, okay. So here it was, it said Sending, and it's got all of these great, sending phrases that you can add to it. So, you know, sending birthday wishes, a note of thanks. I love it. Now I'm using Smiles Across the Miles because, let's just be honest, I think that's a perfect one for this stamp set. And in the die set, you have these two sizes of frames. There's a small and a large, and you can see them right here. Small, large, and then you've got flowers too. You can do a bunch of stuff with the flowers as well. So this is a really good set because it's, in my opinion, an all-in-one set. This set does everything. It's got the flowers, it's got the die cuts, it's got, you know, frames to do that. So you've kind of got a lot of bang for your buck in this. And this is in the annual catalog, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm going to use the longer of the two with Smiles Across the Miles, and I'm going to take this off just because I want you to see what I do. So here it is. I drop it down and then add my block to it. It doesn't matter if it's a little crooked, but if I try to put it on there, I don't know if I'll get it straight. So I don't try to do that. So I'm going to tap it on here. I'm just using black, the Memento black. I, for some reason, like that. And I'm going to stamp it on here and pull it up. And there you go, Smiles Across Miles. And it's a little crooked, but you know what? It's all good. Mainly because I don't have another one right now. So I'm going to go with it. You know what? It's a handmade card, and they're going to love it no matter what. Now, here is the question, and I'm just going to tell you, you can do either one. So I have a Old Olive sheet, and I have a Mint Macaron, okay? And we're going to look at them both, and we're going to see which one we like better. Because quite honestly, this technique, it looks different every time. So you want to choose which one you like better for the one you have. Now, I am going to mat this in white. I tried with black, and it didn't really do much for me. I didn't care for it. So, and I'm going to be honest, this has really come out a little bit more since we did it. So, and I think it probably will continue to. So, we've got this, okay? We could do it on the Old Olive, or we could do it on the Mint Macaron. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This one, I think, looks better on the Old Olive. I think we're going to do that one. I think it definitely needs the Old Olive on this one. Sometimes the card tells you, and it's telling me that that's what it needs. All right. So let's adhesive this. Now, my adhesive is probably going to run out, and I did not change it on purpose because I do like to try to do that on camera. I think you need to see how to do it. You might not know. So that's what I'm here for, to help. So hopefully it'll run out. Maybe it won't. I might not get that lucky. All right. Well, nope, not this week. Maybe next week. All right. All right, there we go. So we've got that. now I'm going to put on Sending Smiles Across the Miles. And I am using the mini dimensionals, as you can see, because they fit this better. Now, if you don't have mini dimensionals, that's fine. You can use the larger ones and you just can cut them. So you can just do that. So I'm going to actually use my Take Your Pick tool for this. I think that I do better when I use that. It's easy to get them up. Got something on my, I think that's glue. And see how small they fit right on there. So again, if you don't have a Take Your Pick tool, you can use your fingers. But I'm kind of clumsy. I think that I do better when I use that. Oh, goodness. I'm still going to be clumsy, but we're going to try the best we can. And you know what? Let's just go for broke and put one more right there. All right. And then I'm going to put, well, maybe. I'm going to put them on here too. I did the light up card several weeks ago, if you saw the light up card, and I had somebody go, when I put the lantern on over the light bulb, somebody said, why didn't you use dimensionals? And I was like, gosh, I really wish I would have thought of that, because that would have been a lot smarter if I would have done that, but I didn't. So just shows you that most people are smarter than me, but it takes a community, right? So it takes a community, and that's something I appreciate. So if you have comments or have done this or know how to do it better, let me know, because I don't profess to be the be all end all. So I'm going to stick Sending there. I'm going to just do this. Come on. Maybe I have too many on here. Okay. That little booger just doesn't want to come off, does he? All right. So let's do it this way, because that's the right way. All right. Sending Smiles Across the Miles. How cute is that? But I think this card needs some bling. Now, I've done this card on Old Olive, and I've done it on Macaron. When I did it on Old Olive, last time I used these. And these are the brushed metallic ones, because I feel like that has just a little bit of olive in there. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. On this one, I did the shiny dots, you know, so I like the shiny dots on this one. I felt like they went better with the mint macaron background. But on this one, I think I'm going to like the brushed adhesive. So we're going to do that. So we're definitely going to pull those out. And I'm going to use this, I don't really know what color it is. I have no idea what color it is, but this is what I'm going to use. Now, I always use, I'm going to put them, I just really wanted them right there. That made sense to me. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put here. I always use, oh man, you little booger. You came off before getting your glue on, huh? You just didn't want to do that, did you? All right. I used my Take Your Pick tool, and that helped me. That got the glue off with it. There you go. Oh, come on. All right, there he is. But you know, we can sparkle up the world too, right? So let's do some stuff, right? Let's do that here. And let's do a big one here. Boom, boom. And you know, I'm gonna do it different, because I think every card kind of speaks to us a little bit differently. And you know what? Here's the thing. If you lose that little dot right there, do not fear. You could put that right there. Boom, there you go. So I think you got to do what you got to do. So put it on there as you want. And I think I need one more, because I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 7. So I'm going to do one more. It's always good to do an odd number. And I think one right there is it. Okay. So again, you can put them all over there. Maybe if you were like, because I have a friend who lives in Germany, and if you knew where Germany was, you could, you know, do Texas. I could do me in McKinney, Texas, and her in Germany, which is somewhere else. I'm not saying I don't know geography. However, I don't know geography that well. So I don't know exactly where it is. I know where Italy is. Italy's the boot right here. So she's over here. So wouldn't that be cool? I think that would be cool. Maybe you could even do a little line. here to here. Again, I think I'm going to have to do another stuff with this. All right. So here is my card. I hope you like this. I hope you like this technique. Now I'm going to show you another card that I did with this that is completely different. All right. Completely different. There it is with butterflies. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Now I did this one on shimmery white paper, and I don't know if you can see. Okay. I don't know if you can see it on here. I don't think it really shows up. But it is shimmery and it looks really pretty. And I used, this one is the Butterfly Brilliance cling set. So this is all one, okay? But then it has die cuts for every one of these butterflies that is a background and a detailed. So that's what you can cut those out. But then it also has a detail that goes on top of it. You can see this one that right here. And I just did the inside, so it's like, you know, he's flying. So I thought sending worked well with that as well. Because, well, sending, you know, if they fly, I don't know. It worked in my brain. It might not have worked in anybody else's. All right. So here are my cards. All right. I hope that you saw this technique and liked it. I love this technique. I think it's really cool. And you can kind of see, look at the difference. These are totally different. Look. Same stuff, totally different. Less water, more water. Right. That's like water, right? It's not as detailed. This has got more detail. This, I think, is the medium, the happy medium of those. So it turns out different every time. If you don't like it, you know what? Start over. It's okay. Please let me know if you have any questions. I am always here for you. You can put your question in on the YouTube in the comments, which I really would appreciate that. If you could also, if you liked what I did, if you like and subscribe, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. It really, really helps me out. I'd like my channel to get seen. I would love for more people to see this and love what they do, because I think being creative is just one of the most fantastic things around. I love it. So I hope that you learned something today. I hope if this was new, you learned something. And if it wasn't, maybe you saw it in a different way. But again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, my name is Amy Williams, and I hope you have a fantastic week. We start March. Can you believe that? I am so, so excited about March. And so yeah, oh, and you know what? Right here, I'm going to be going right over here in Canada this summer. We just booked a cruise to go through Canada. So if you're from Montreal, Quebec, all of here, we're going to be going around there. So let me know where I need to go in those places. That'd be great. All right. Have a great week, guys. Thank you so much. And do something creative. Bye.